From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Black Friday kicked off early this morning at Fred Meyer's.
That's right. Sarah Dubowski was there and she files this report.
The excitement was high as folks from the interior waited eagerly outside of Fred Meyer's East this morning. Some stood in line up to 2 hours waiting to find a Black Friday deal.
I've been out here since 3 o'clock, so it's been almost 2 hours in the cold. I'm gonna get the Xbox One and some video games and maybe a Swagway.
Freddy's happily opened its doors at 4:55 this morning and the rush was on. Some customers ran for giant TVs, some folks ran for half-price socks, some just ran for a cup of coffee.
Mostly came in for socks and pajamas. Had a deal on Fitbits, so picked one of those up.
I came out for, we needed a dog bed, we need a kid's bike.
Kind of like sports stuff, some diamond, and I bought knives.
The average American will spend over $350 on Black Friday, but it's only the third largest shopping day of the year. The top spots belong to the Saturday before Christmas, known as Super Saturday. This is followed by the day after Christmas. However, at this Fred Meyer's, Black Friday is number one.
It's the kickoff of the holiday shopping season. Starts early, it's fast and furious. Historically, this is the number one Black Friday store in the company. But there's always competition. There's always stores looking to take us down, knock us out of that top spot. So it's always tough every year. The store across town is usually a contender for that every time as well.
Sarah Dubowski reporting.
Well, if the Black Friday hustle and bustle is too much for you, try shopping local for Small Business Saturday. 25 downtown businesses are celebrating Small Business Saturday with their own bargains for customers. The nationwide call to shop local was started by American Express in 2010, with several organizations copying the event in later years. The Downtown Association of Fairbanks is following the trend too. Public Information Officer Jeremiah Schrock says in 2014, one local downtown business reported a 200% profit increase the day after Black Friday. This year, other local retailers are trying Small Business Saturday for themselves.
We can give a discount and have somebody coming back to us because they know we give great deals, then that only helps us in the long run and more volume for us. And I just think overall it's a really good thing for everybody.
You get to shop local, you get to shop for your friends and family, and you also get to support local business. It's kind of a win-win situation.
Stopped. Now the arduous project of clearing interior roads and highways begins. The Department of Transportation has been tackling this problem since before Thanksgiving. With budget cuts and an overload of snow, the process has been slow. However, the main arteries are now clear. The biggest job ahead is with the smaller roads throughout the community. Now that there is no more snow in the forecast, DOT has good news for residents. Relief is on the way and sooner than you think.
In the Fairbanks area, we've had maintenance crews out all week, including the holiday yesterday, clearing roads and trying to keep traffic moving safely. So our plan now that the snow has finally stopped today, our plan is to start back with our priority level 1 roads. Those are the major arterials, and start plowing through all of the roads we maintain. And so our goal is to have plowed through all of our roads by Sunday.
Betsy also wanted to remind residents that it is against the law to deposit snow from your property onto the streets, as it could cause a traffic hazard.
All right, well, firefighters respond to a car fire on the Richardson Highway near the Steese and Airport Way intersection this morning. Responders found a burning minivan on the side of the road. No one was injured, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. The Fairbanks Fire Department did confirm that flames originated in the engine compartment of the vehicle. Fairbanks firefighters responded to 20 to 30 vehicles fires this week. Now, the cause of those incidents can vary from fuel leaks, burning antifreeze oil, and also electrical malfunctions.
All right, when we come back, volunteers welcomed the homeless and needy yesterday to the rescue mission where they were treated to a home-cooked Thanksgiving dinner.
Also, ice blocks were prepared for carving along with decorations, lights, and even Santa's reindeers as North Pole gets ready for the opening of Christmas in Ice. Those stories and more when we return. And welcome back. A local chapter of the national organization meant to bring awareness to the dangers of drunk driving is holding a day of remembrance. Stephanie Woodard has more now in this report.
Others Against Drunk Driving will be having a day of remembrance.
Every 4 months, there are 3,000 people killed by drunk drivers.
The organization is hosting the event on December 3rd for people impacted by impaired driving.
A time where we hope victims of drunk driving, as well as those who have lost loved ones and friends, will come together, put a heart on the tree with the name of their friend or loved one, and come back for our vigil.
They say the statistics are staggering.
Every 51 minutes nationally, there is a death. There are 28 people a day killed by drunk drivers.
And those accidents add up to more than 10,000 deaths yearly.
I want you to pivot on your foot and take a series of several small steps around like so.
According to NHSA statistics, on top of the fatalities, 290,000 were injured in 2013 as a result of impaired driving accidents.
December has been designated the deadliest month as far as drunk driving is concerned, and one of the hardest months for families who have lost loved ones. And so that's the reason for our date.
MAD members want the community to know that impaired driving includes the use of marijuana as well.
It's going to be everywhere, and we're going to have to learn to deal. But I see this as a problem because it has the same problems that driving under the influence of alcohol has, in that perception is changed.
The Day of Remembrance will be held December 3rd from noon until 9 p.m. with a 7 p.m. candlelight vigil at the Morris Thompson Cultural Center. This is Stephanie Woodard reporting.
The Fairbanks Rescue Mission prepared a Thanksgiving feast for up to 300 people yesterday. Organization leaders say that 60-plus volunteers gave up their free time to cook, decorate, and welcome patrons. Reporter Ryan Grimes was there and has the story.
Fbx Rescue Mission is a Christian-based nonprofit organization with a cause to address the physical, spiritual, mental, and social well-being of all who seek its help. The Calhoun family from the Fairbanks Native Chapel collaborates and volunteers multiple times with the rescue mission.
We've got a crew here with us today. My daughter Elizabeth is here, Lizzie, and her husband Blaine, and friends Andrea and Elijah from our church are here helping today. Setting up the kitchen area, the tables here in the dining area. We were asked to do that and just be available as the day goes along. And there seems to be a bit of a waiting list.
During the holidays, the rescue mission has to turn away volunteers because of their large volume of support. Volunteer manager Brenda McFarland says it's a good problem to have.
The people actually staying here, they're really used to stepping in and helping out. So it can be really hard to get them to not help because you got volunteers coming in. So like this morning, the breakfast crew, they had already almost finished breakfast, and I was like, no, we got people coming in. So little things like that happen all the time just because they are just like, wow, it's Thanksgiving, we want to help.
Volunteer Troy Burns says he's paying it forward by helping patrons enjoy a good Thanksgiving feast.
You're going to be in a position someday possibly that you're going to need a helping hand. And you know, if you kind of pay it forward by working at the rescue mission or taking part in what these people present to people that don't have, you know, it's just an opportunity to be able to, you know, help them along. It's a helping hand. It's not a handout necessarily as much as it is a hand up.
This is Ryan Grimes reporting.
Volunteers are chiseling out the final touches at Christmas in Ice next to the Santa Claus house in North Pole. Festivities begin tomorrow and run through early January. A number of events, including single and multi-block carving competitions, draw local and international participants to the North Pole location. A new amateur carving weekend will put picks and chisels in the hands of anyone who wants to try out the art form. Volunteers are the driving force behind park upkeep and activities. Those interested in helping out can still contact event managers. Organizers are also looking for a handful of artistic high school students to sign up for the single-day junior competition in mid-December.
You have a high school student that goes out with a professional ice carver. They use their tools. They get direct mentorship. It's a great learning experience and it's a lot of fun. It's how I started. I started out in high school, did it since I was a freshman in high school, and 10 years later, and I'm still doing it.
All right, Joe Cook is next with sports and has highlights from a great defensive performance from the Alaska women's basketball team in their North Star Invitational opener.
All that and more with Joe after the break. Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Let's get the weekend started with the Friday Sportscast. Thanksgiving tradition continued up on the hills. The Alaska women's basketball team held their Mount McKinley Bank North Star Invitational. The Nooks faced the Sonoma State Seawolves in their opener. The Seawolves started hot. They led 8-2 after a pair of Kayla Coleon threes. But Alaska used their defensive full-court press to stay close. Jordan Wilson scored 10 of her game-high 22 points in the first quarter. It was 28-27 at the half in favor of Alaska. Tight game, but the Nooks came out with more energy in the third quarter, outscoring Sonoma 34-14. They forced 28 turnovers, and they had 20 steals and didn't allow a Seawolf to score in double digits. Wilson had 6 takeaways and 8 rebounds, while Jaylee May, she added 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals. Alaska rolls 76-61 over Sonoma State, and they improved to 4-2 on the year thanks to that tenacious defense.
Jordan got a couple steals, got a layup, and then passed the ball up on the second steal that she had. So, I mean, I think it was great that our team is coming together on those steals.
So I think beginning of the season, we were taking tougher shots. And so now we're getting some easier shots. You know, guards are driving in, drawing defenders, and getting me easy looks.
It wasn't just Jordan or just Jay. I mean, they shared the ball really well. I know Kaylee got quite a few easy jumpers off some turnovers. So I really like our energy in that third period, and I hope that we can continue that for the rest of the season.
And while the women's team enjoyed that Thanksgiving victory, they did the same thing today. The women's team won their second game with the North Star Invitational 88-77 over the University of Wisconsin Parkside Rangers. Jordan Wilson scored a game-high 26 points on 10 for 16 shooting. Stephanie Tombson added 20 points and 12 rebounds. The Nooks will meet Northwood University tomorrow for the North Star title, but the men's team wasn't successful on Black Friday in the MSUB tournament opener. Dixie State hands Alaska their first loss of the year, a 71-58 final in Billings, Montana. The Nooks shot just 33%. They were out-rebounded by 17. Jill Slocum led UAF with 13 points in a loss. Alaska will wrap up their tournament against Dominican University of California on Saturday at 1 o'clock. This week, the Alaska Nanook hockey team released the names of their recruiting class. UAF picked up 2 centers, 3 wing players, and a defenseman. 5 of those 6 players are from Canada. Tristan Thompson, not the Cavaliers player, he leads the AJHL Olds Grizzlies D-men in points with 14. Troy Van Tettering leads the Lloyd-Minster Bobcats of the AJHL with 15 points as a center this year. And the Minnesota Wild's Tyler Klein, the NHL Forward of the Month in October, will be coming to the U. Justin Young was the co-rookie of the year last season with the Whitecourt Wolverines of the AJHL. BCHL players Jimmy Lambert and Ross Height have also produced double-digit points so far this season. All those players make up the latest Alaska Nanooks recruiting hockey class. And with the college volleyball season over, Nanooks received conference honors. Leading the way is Sam Hartoon. She was a unanimous first-team GNAC selection for the 3rd time. The senior outside hitter set a new GNAC career kills record with 1,513. Hartoon was a 3-time Offensive Player of the Week, which is a program mark. She's also led the conference in kills and points. West Valley product Julia Mackey was first-team All-GNAC for UAA. She's the first player to ever be a first-teamer 4 times. So congrats to Mackey. Hartoon, Samantha Hesterman, and Megan Olson were named to the GNAC All-Academic team as well. As a team, Alaska finished 7th overall with a 6-14 record, which was their best GNAC finish since 2010. Thanksgiving weekend will provide some sports events for fans still digesting those leftovers. Tomorrow morning, high school rifle teams will have their last regular season matches before conference championships. Hutch North Pole will shoot at Fishing Game at 8 o'clock, while West Valley and Lathrop, they will shoot at TVSA at 1:30. Saturday at 3 o'clock, the UF women's basketball team will face Northwood University for the Mount McKinley Bank North Star Invitational title. Nooks looking for their first title ever in that tournament. Saturday night, the UF hockey team will wrap up their series against Michigan Tech in Game 2. Puck drop is 7:07 at the Carlson Center.
And we close out the Sportscast with the Play of the Week. After all the votes were counted, the play comes from a future UAF Hall of Famer. Sam Hartoon swung for 27 kills, a match best in the Nanook season finale against the Concordia Cavaliers last Saturday. Hartoon, a senior, capped off her senior night game with a game ball that has her new GNAC career kills record, 1,513 kills. Hartoon's new record is this week's Play of the Week. To pick the next POTW, watch the I-5 Interior Top 5 plays on Mondays during the weekend recap. And that's it for sports at 6 o'clock. But come back tonight for the sports nightcap for Nanook hockey highlights and more. Mike Schultz is next with weather, and we'll catch you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into our Friday edition of the Fbx Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again talking about weather. Hope you had yourself a great Thanksgiving. It was nice that the snow finally stopped and I can stop shoveling. Wow, what an ordeal. It looks like the next 7 to 10 days are just going to be basically mainly partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies, and temperatures cooling down quite a bit. We'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. Our photograph, a gorgeous photograph. This was taken this morning. Did you see that, the sunrise? It was beautiful, and Angie, didn't get her last name, but Angie was able to capture it on video there. As you can see, a great, beautiful Black Friday sunrise. Look at the beautiful purples and oranges and reds. A great shot. And as always, if you have a photograph to share, please send it to photos@ktvf11.com. Well, once again, a reminder that the Fab Photo Calendar is still out and about. Many places around town still have a few they can still hand out. And places like Ice Vapors. And then we have also the Graphic Design. And of course, Big Daddy's Barbecue, in addition to many others that you can find on our website, webcenter11.com, and the lifestyle section. All right, here's your numbers today. 34 degrees for the high, the low last night 21, record high 44 in 1956, 50 below in 1927. Sunrise and sunset 5 hours and 4 minutes. That's a loss of another 6 minutes from yesterday. Our satellite and radar, everything is coming out of the south. That's why it was so warm today. And also the Alaska Range really blocking all the moisture out. It's around the Prince William Sound area and the Kenai Peninsula. Over southeast Alaska, a lot of rain coming up there too. Could be heavy at times. Got to keep an eye on that. Elsewhere across the state, it looks like this. We're looking at some showers in the Juneau area. Also at Ketchikan, partly cloudy skies at Anchorage, 40 degrees there. Kodiak, some showers in 40. And up and down the west coast, temperatures ranging from 31 at Bethel to 28 degrees at Nome. 4 below at Barrow and Fort Yukon at 21. Lower 48 weather, look at that mass of moisture and weather across the eastern half of the country, starting in Texas and just roaring up that jet stream. As you can see, it's really bringing a wide variety of weather, freezing precipitation, heavy rainfall, probably some thunderstorms mixed in with that. It's all being brought in by the jet stream. And as far as our kids' weather, well, again, next week we'll have the kids with us, but tonight we have the weather fact to share with you. 1989, Galena, South Dakota, snowstorm there, dropped 20 inches of snow and winds gusted to 60 miles per hour. All right. Thanks again, as always, to Mount McKinley Bank. As I said before, we'll have kids from North Point Elementary School with us next week. Here is your winter trails report. Very heavy snowfall from the past week has greatly outside activities. Birch Lake is now open, with Moose Mountain scheduled for next week. Oh, no, I take it. Moose Mountain is open also, but Ski Land is scheduled to open next week, and it's perfect conditions for all you snow machiners out there, too. And as far as Alaska's forecast is concerned for tomorrow, for the mostly cloudy skies for Barrow, a chance of snow for Nome and Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, we'll be looking at very nice weather, gusty winds for Healy, and partly cloudy skies at Fairbanks and Delta Junction. Over the southeast sections, heavy rain in Juneau, periods of rain for Ketchikan, while over the southwest part of the state, we're looking at rain likely for Cold Bay, rain in Kodiak, and a couple inches of snow for Bethel. And down around the south central regions, it looks like rain showers at Anchorage and Homer with mixed showers in Valdez. And one note to pass along, if you're thinking of heading down the Parks Highway, don't. It's not very good shape there. It's, in fact, travel is not advised from mile 231 to mile 276 because of ice on the bridges and also the snow buildup too from all the plowing of the snow. So keep that in mind. All right, here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. Looking at mostly cloudy skies, 17 degrees for the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast calling for 19 degrees for the high. Partly cloudy early, becoming mostly cloudy. And you'll notice a trend on the 5-day period. Temperatures cooling down to where they should be this time of year. Daytime highs dropping down to the single digits by the end of the 5-day period. Overnight lows also dropping down to back down below zero by the end of the 5-day period, but no snow in the forecast, and I'm glad to see that.
All right. Thanks, Mike. That'll wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, there were multiple injuries today in a shooting at a Planned Parenthood facility in Colorado. That's up next on NBC Nightly News.
Be sure and tune in tomorrow for the Interior's only weekend newscast at 6 and 11 with Kayla Looper and Sports with Mike Fussell.
All right. From all of us here at the News Center, we hope you have a good night and a great weekend.
Good night.